Hey guys, so my name is Bree and today I'm going to talk to you about how we got rid of paper products and started saving money while being more environmentally friendly. So today you're going to think, wow, this lady might be a little obsessed. Who would ever go that far? But really it all started when I was cloth diapering my kids, and then afterwards I just thought, well, why am I wasting all of these other paper products? Paper towels, tissues, toilet paper, baby wipes. There's so many different instances that we're wasting products, and I wanted a little bit more environmentally friendly way of doing things, and then I also wanted to save money. Guys, we have 5 kids, and so if you know anything about children, they can be very wasteful. So, someone who would normally grab 1 tissue, well, a kid may grab 5. And so things like that really start to add up and make a difference when you have a household full of 7 people. So I'm going to go through some of the products that I just absolutely love and use on a day-to-day basis. Most of these I actually took straight out of my laundry bin because we use them that frequently. So I'm going to go through some of those. So my number 1 top must-have to save money is these little guys. These are a paper towel replacement. They are made by Norwex, which I'm a big fan of that company and their mission and everything like that. I am not a representative at all. I will link to the Amazon links below so you guys can check these out if you'd like. Or if you have a friend who is a rep with Norwex, by all means, help them out and go through them. Really, it's not going to hurt my feelings either way. If you'd like to just see what they look like and check them out on Amazon, just click the link below. These little guys are phenomenal. They are made from recycled material. They are Norwex backlock. So backlock in Norwex terms means that it has silver threads interwoven into this, which means it doesn't grow as much bacteria on the cloth itself. Now, it doesn't mean that it's like magically antimicrobial and you're going to wipe your counter and it's going to magically kill all the germs. It doesn't work like that. But there are plenty of studies that support using microfiber as an alternative for cleaning because it does trap more bacteria. So it's not going to spread around the bacteria as much as using like a paper towel. If you want to do a Google search, I'm sure you can find reps that have made thousands of videos, so check those out. That's definitely not my goal today, is to sell you on those, but these guys right here are like the perfect size. They work great for like kids, for napkins, for quick spills. They're highly absorbent. If you can see this kind of textured thing going on here, they're like quilted almost. I don't even know how to describe it. They're absolutely amazing. They come in different colors. I got like the blues and grays because I really like those, but they have tans and browns. And then I bought mine. They came with this little thing, it's called a house, and I just thought this was like the cutest thing ever. Right now most of mine are in the wash, as you can see. Like I said, we have 5 kids, we go through things quite a lot. So you actually just fold them out, stick them in here. We keep these out on our dining room table, so they're super quick and easy to grab if there's a spill, or if somebody needs their hands wiped, or whatever, they're just right there. These are our paper towel alternatives. Guys, we have not used paper towels in about 2 years now, thanks to these guys. They are fabulous. So those would be probably my number 1, just because paper towels can waste so much. The kids will grab 5 or 6 paper towels just for a little spill. My number 2, and it's a tie, are just microfiber cloths in general. I do have some that are nicer, higher quality Norwex Enviro cloths, which the Enviro cloth also has the backlock like we talked about before. And the Norwex cloths, they are bigger, so you can fold these over and wipe, and then fold over and wipe, and so you do have a lot of surface area, and they are really soft and very thick. It's kind of hard to see, I'm sure. They are really tightly woven, very thick, very nice cloth, and I do love these. These will scrub almost anything up, and literally you just need water, so you don't have all those nasty, harsh chemicals to clean with. I wipe down my counters with this, my sinks, bathrooms, whatever. A lot of people will say that you can just rinse these out real thoroughly and reuse. I don't buy into that. I actually wash all of mine on a sanitary cycle after each use. So if I wipe my counters down, I throw it in the wash. Yes, that means I need to own a little bit more of it, but it also means that I'm not spreading harmful bacteria like enteroviruses and things like that that aren't killed by just a simple rinse out. And being in the healthcare profession, I'm just not comfortable doing that. So I do wash all mine on a sanitary or very hot cycle. So that is something that it's totally up to you, but I would err on the side of caution, especially if you have little kids or elderly people living in your home. The other thing that is my tie, it's just these cheap, crappy, not crappy because they work great, but but they're cheap. These guys, I bought a pack of 20 microfiber cloths, and see, beautiful stains and all. 20 microfiber cloths on Amazon for like 20 bucks. These things are perfect for when you have something really nasty and you're not sure if it's gonna stain or ruin your nicer Norwex cloths. Guys, these guys are like the workhorse in my household. These are for sure a trooper. They're inexpensive, they clean great. Yeah, they're not so like luxurious and soft, and yeah, they don't have, that nice tight fiber or back block or any of that, but they are still fantastic. So if you're looking to get started switching things over and you don't have a lot of money to get started, start with these guys. These guys will save you so many paper towels because you can just wipe, the mess up off the counter, off the floor, whatever, throw these in the wash, and you're good to go, reuse again. If they get ruined, they are inexpensive enough that you just buy more. But honestly, I've had a set of these that I paid 20 bucks for a couple years ago, and I have not had to throw any away. They've held up. They may not be pretty, but I'm using them for cleaning racks, so I really don't care. The main thing is about microfiber, and I didn't know this before. I actually used to really hate microfiber. I thought it didn't work very well to clean. And the reason being is I was laundering it wrong. So when you launder a microfiber cloth and you have it with your regular detergents and softeners and things like that, it actually builds up in this microfiber cloth and makes it repel water. So I thought that the microfiber cloths didn't work well. In actuality, I was just laundering them wrong. So once I learned how to launder them, that really made all the difference. And I will go through laundering at the end. So stay tuned and pay attention to that, because that makes a huge difference on how you can go paper free. So that is my tie for number 2. So, oh, and I did get this little scrubby cloth from Norwex. Honestly, I didn't really love it all that much. I mean, I like having one on hand, that way in case I need it, but honestly, don't really use it all that much. So, this one is probably my number 3 must-have. This I use in conjunction with the microfiber cloth. This is a window cloth, and you don't have to do the Norwex brand. This is just a Norwex one because I did get it as part of hosting a party. And it's purple, which is my favorite color, so of course I love it. But a window cloth, and you can get the inexpensive ones. I will link to some below, so you can shop around on those. But the window cloth, what you do is you actually take your microfiber cloth or your Enviro cloth, either one, and you wipe down your glass or the front of your appliances, and then afterwards you go back over and you dry and shine it up with this guy. It will leave your windows absolutely streak-free, cleaning them with just water. It's crazy. I really didn't believe it at first, and I hosted a party, and the lady, I'm not even kidding you, took a stick of butter and wiped it all over the windows. And I was like, that is absolutely disgusting. How's that ever going to come off of there? And sure enough, with the microfiber cloth and this guy, I mean, the windows looked absolutely perfect after a stick of butter was just smeared on them. So as somebody with small children, I was completely sold at that point, and now after using it for a couple years, I still am 100% sold because I don't have to spray any chemicals whatsoever and get my windows streak free and shiny. So that is a personal favorite. Norwex does make these little packs that come with a couple little tiny cloths, so if you're kind of just wanting to try out Norwex, that's a good way to do it. They come in packs of 3. You get a little mini Enviro cloth, which is just a microfiber cloth. You get a little mini window cloth, and then you also get a mini body cloth, which I don't know where a dry one is, because literally we use all of ours every day. So that's a real nice way to try it if you're thinking about trying it. And that moves me on to my next must-have. It is the Norwex body cloth. Okay guys, we all have one of these. They're awesome. You just can hang them in your shower. Like most of the Norwex ones have a little hanging thing, so if you go with the off-brand, it may not have the same little hangy tag. And I think most of them have like laundry instructions on here. I honestly don't think I've ever read that, but it's there if you need it. So with these, the body cloths are really, really nice. We use these in place of like a loofah or anything like that. They're a really neat texture and they're really soft. I know a lot of moms are using these for wiping down baby's face and hands and things like that. And I have a really nice little like wet bag that I used when my little guy was a lot smaller. But you can use these in the shower to exfoliate. They're fantastic for exfoliating. And what we did is we took the little ones that are this size and we used the little ones for faces and we used the bigger ones for body. I also have a makeup remover cloth that looks very similar to this and very similar size-wise to this. It's fantastic at taking off old eye makeup. I'll put a link for it for you guys. Mine is actually in the shower wet from me using it, so I did not have that available to show you guys. But these guys are absolutely fantastic. They remove dead skin, they exfoliate, they help with the kids' acne. So we've got 2 preteens right now. These are invaluable, so we use these every single day. Another thing is the dishcloths. So the dishcloth literally comes as this one humongous giant cloth. This is 1/4 of the dishcloth. So I actually was told by my rep, like, just cut it up into squares because it's huge. And I'm so glad I did, because you can literally ball this up and you can scrub a dish with it, or you can lay it out flat and scrub a dish with it and then toss it in the wash when you're done. So having 4 made from one sheet of it is so much more convenient for me because, like I said, I don't rinse and reuse things. I think that is gross. So having a bunch of them is super handy, and they're about the size of like a dishcloth when they're cut into 4. So that ended up being the perfect size for me. These guys will get like stuck on egg, all sorts of crud off. They'll scrub your pots and pans without being abrasive. So we use these on a regular basis as well. Next on my list would probably be this guy here. I have no idea what all these names are. Unfortunately, I'm not a Norwex rep, but you could totally do another brand as well. This is like a Chanel hand drying cloth, and what we did is we took this guy and this guy. This is a kitchen towel. It's very absorbent. It's also pretty and soft. People tend to ask me about these when I have them. I have them in my bathrooms, and then I have them in my kitchen. I have a longer one hanging from my kitchen stove, and then I have this guy hanging from my kitchen stove. And it's really nice because the kids know that this one is for drying dishes, and I have it where it loops through itself around the bar. I have a long one in the kitchen, of course, but it loops through itself so the kids aren't like constantly knocking it off of this bar of the stove. And then same with this, it goes through, and so the bar would just go through this top piece here. And this one is for drying hands, and this one is for drying dishes. And that way I don't have the kids maybe not do such a stellar job drying, getting all the food off before they dry their dish. And then I go to wipe my clean hands on it. So that's kind of a pet peeve. We do have our children wash all their own dishes, and the only one that does not go to the drying step is the 4-year-old, because we do still check his before he is able to dry his dishes. And so with the other kids, most of the time they're pretty good, but they've all had their moments for sure. So it is really nice that I can have these and several of them that I can just throw them in the wash every couple days, and I don't have to worry that there's yucky stuff on there. And then this guy dries really fast. It's really absorbent, and it's really, really soft. So this is really nice. You just kind of wipe your hands all over it, front and back, and then it absorbs, and it doesn't hold a lot of bacteria because it is microfiber, which is really cool. So those are my kitchen items. I also have the napkins, and I got these before they came out with these little paper towel replacement guys. Again, don't know the names. I will link them all for you guys below so you can research them yourselves. The napkins are really nice because they can do like a really pretty place setting if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not fancy like that, but The napkins are really handy for like wrapping food or a sandwich and sticking it in my bag. If I'm eating lunch at work, I oftentimes will throw this over my lap. It works as a great placemat, but they're really, really nice to have a couple of as well. Even though I do have these little guys that are more like a little handy wipe, I still end up using these quite a lot. If it's a thing like they don't want to get a dish dirty and they would rather just like eat a slice of pizza on a napkin, that works great. But between the two of these, like I said, we haven't used paper towels in a couple of years, so that's been really great. Next would be just some basic handkerchiefs, guys. These are not fancy at all, as you can see, but just some soft handkerchiefs. I got some white ones off of Amazon that are great. They're inexpensive. They save so much money and paper waste from using tissues. I use once and then toss in the wash, so we don't reuse. Like I said, bacteria, germs, things like that, it's just not worth it. So we actually don't stuff these in a pocket and keep using them. But we have a lot of kids with allergies, and so handkerchiefs are a must have. Then after that, I would say our wipes. So these we actually made. These are what we use in the restroom. These are what we use instead of toilet paper. And I know a bunch of you guys are like, whoa, she's a total crazy hippie. But it was one of those things where we did cloth diapering. And if you do cloth diapering and you get through that process, you realize like you're spraying all the waste off into the toilet and you're, running it through your wash on these sanitary cycles. You're realizing, okay, it's really not actually that gross. And so one of the big things with going to cloth wipes that absolutely is a must-have before you go to cloth wipes is 100% must-have a bidet. And I know a lot of you guys are like, wow, that's definitely out there. My husband really thought so too, and now it's hilarious because now he won't use our guest toilet because it doesn't have a bidet. I need to get him on here for his testimonial on it if he would be willing, because that would be pretty funny, I think. So we just have a bidet that attaches to our current toilet. It was really simple to install. We got it on Amazon. It was under 40 bucks. I will link to that for you guys. It is super easy to install. It works great. Honestly, it's much cleaner than using toilet paper. Toilet paper, unfortunately, does not remove everything, and it's quite rough unless you buy the really expensive toilet paper, which is very wasteful. It's not good for our plumbing systems, and it's not great for our downstairs regions. So with the bidet, it's great. You get a really thorough clean. Literally feels like you just came out of the shower. And then you use these guys primarily to dry. So I know you're thinking, ew, I have to wash these wipes in my laundry, but honestly, like, nothing really gets on these because the bidet gets you clean. So that's what's really great. We have our kids doing this as well, and they honestly don't mind it, believe it or not. I know you're thinking, wow, you got your kids on board. Yeah, and preteens. I got preteens on board with us. It's really simple. Super inexpensive. We made these wipes, but honestly, if you're starting out and you're on a budget with it and you don't, you don't want to go buy the expensive wipes, or you don't know how to sew or have someone that can sew for you, just get baby wipes. That was what we started with. We used baby wipes, or not baby wipes, baby, what are these things called? Guys, help me out. It is a washcloth, a baby washcloth, and we used baby washcloths for my son when he was cloth diapering. We tried all sorts of expensive cloth baby wipes, and the most durable, easy to wash, easy to use was actually these. It's kind of nice because they have like a textured side on one side, and then they also have a smoother, softer on the other. These are just like a terry cloth. And then the wipes that we made are like a fleece. So these are my son's. Everybody in our family has their own print. So these are my 4-year-olds. He picked these. He calls this a Bella dog because my friend has a French bulldog named Bella, so that's Bella dog. That's what he picked for his little wipes. But they launder up great. As you can see, it doesn't leave any kind of stains. These are white on one side, guys. No stains, okay? Like, they don't get yucky, I promise. But these are very inexpensive, and you can find almost anywhere. Amazon's got some great prices on them. You can buy them at Walmart. You can buy these literally just about anywhere. So I would look into these if you're starting out and don't have a lot of money to spare, this is a great way to go. We just did some little baskets that we keep our clean ones in. So I have one basket with clean, where we have them all laid out nice, and then we have one basket with dirty, and the dirty ones are just kind of thrown in there, so it's real easy to tell which is which. You could even do different color baskets if you wanted, but we just chose like a small basket that would fit our wipes. And I know people that even just use a baby wipes box. And I have a cool video I guess I could make of how to fold these guys to make them pop up in a baby wipes box. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, let me know. That is a great way to make wipes that pop up for, you could use them for face wipes. If you're not using them for the restroom, you could use them for baby wipes if you're doing cloth diapering, or even if you're not doing cloth diapering, but your baby has a lot of reactions to and sensitivities to baby wipes. These are a fantastic alternative. So I can make that video. Just let me know in the comments if that's something you would like to see me make. And then now let's talk laundering. So I gotta grab something. Okay guys, so laundry. Here are some of my must-haves when it comes to laundering. Really, I typically do use a mesh bag. This is because I don't want to have to run a whole separate load of laundry just when I need to wash my cloth wipes and microfiber and stuff like that. So we do have a little cloth bag. This comes in really handy, so you can just put everything in there and throw it all in. You don't want to be washing your microfiber with anything that produces lint, and the reason being is they are like a magnet for it. You will have lint all the heck in them, and it is super hard to get out, and it's a total pain in the butt. So get one of these or wash them in a separate load, whichever your choice. I have kind of a bigger washer. I have a bunch of kids, so I want to make the most out of every single load. The bag is for sure the way to go for me. Next is an all-natural detergent. I bought a whole bunch of the Norwex Ultra Power Plus powder right before they came out. Well, right after they came out with their new liquid, and I kind of stockpiled a bunch of this stuff. I have tried their liquid. It's great as well. It's great for those front loaders, high efficiencies, all that kind of stuff. You barely need any of this stuff. It says on here kind of some instructions on how much to use. It's so little. You barely need any. But this has no phosphates, no sulfates, no chlorine, no bleach, no fillers, no brighteners, no animal testing, no dyes, no fragrances. So if you have anyone in your household who has sensitivities to detergent, anyone can use this. Ah! What are you doing? You got a hold of the Christmas wrapping paper, I see. You're silly. So this stuff is fantastic. I definitely recommend it. Or the liquid. The liquid is great too. The liquid actually has enzymes that help break down things like urine, blood, vomit, things like that. It's safe for cloth diapering, which is how I found out about this and started falling in love with this, because any of you guys who have cloth diapered before know that it can be hard to get rid of different urine buildup and ammonia buildup and different things like that. So this works great. Their enzyme one is great as well, so check those out. I'll see if I can find a link for those for you guys as well. And then this is what I use for my scent, because I do like to have a little bit of scent. You could use just a couple drops of essential oil. I use this. It's organic orange oil multi-cleaner. It's a lot less expensive than the little bottles of essential oils, but if you're really big into essential oils or certain scents, by all means, pick your favorite, stick with what you like. This is great. You can use this for cleaning to help sanitize. It is kitchens, bathrooms, bench tops, cabinets, furniture, glass, mirrors. It's hypoallergenic formulation, no toxins. It's sweet orange and myrrh, 10 essential oils, special therapeutic blend. I love the smell of this stuff. It smells kind of like orange and Christmas to me, but that's just me. Don't take my word for it. If you're a big fan of essential oils, don't mind herbal scents, and looking for a little scent to add to your laundry, this stuff is great. It's organic. So I'll see if I can find a link for that one as well. I do believe I got it off Amazon. Literally, we buy like almost everything off of Amazon. But this is a great one to throw in with the laundry. And then I was also saying hot or sanitary cycle. So if you have stuff that you're wanting to wash with it, you know, you're putting your microfiber stuff in a bag, just make sure that you, you know, you're not mixing in clothes that can't be washed on a very hot cycle, because ideally to kill the most bacteria, you're going to want to do a hot cycle. You can dry these just fine in your dryer. We do ours on a normal high setting. We don't do anything special. Everything has really kept its color and you know, shape, and hasn't faded or anything like that. The only things that have faded a bit over time are these little guys that we made, which is totally fine. We're using them in the bathroom, so I really don't care if these get a little bit faded over time, just because of the nature of what we're using them for. We like these a lot because they're very absorbent, and there are some great brands that do make like a fleece wipe. We didn't use those as much when we were cloth diapering. We used these because honestly, with babies stuck on, dried on stuff, this kind of fuzzy side of the terry cloth actually scrubs fantastic. But if you have a baby with really sensitive skin, you could flip it over and use the other side. But these guys for adults and just drying things downstairs are much, much softer and better in my opinion. So guys, that's pretty much how we got rid of paper products in our house. We went from, you know, going through quite a lot of toilet paper, quite a lot of paper towels, baby wipes, diapers, all sorts of things like that, bathroom wet wipes, flushable wipes, that type of stuff. Once I learned how harmful those are for our plumbing and how harmful that is for our environment, and just the impact of cloth diapering and some of those type of things, I really started to research more into this, and that was what kind of brought me to this point. I will link a lot of this stuff for you guys below, and then let me know if you found anything that really works great for you in the comments below. I can honestly say that as far as saving money, we did make a small investment on some of these products, but we really did it a little bit at a time, so it really wasn't something that cost us a lot of money. We were able to stop buying some of those paper products almost immediately. We don't buy napkins or paper towels anymore, and that really only took us buying two things, with buying these little guys and the inexpensive microfiber cloths. So between these two purchases, we were really able to do away with napkins and paper towels entirely right away. So then it was pretty quick to buy a couple packs of these and be done with tissues, and then it was pretty quick to you know, transition a few things. So it really wasn't hard at that point. We already had a whole bunch of these guys from doing cloth diapers, but if you don't, they're also really inexpensive, and the bidet, like I said, is under 40 bucks. So you really could start out with a very minimal package and then start upgrading things as you go. That's what we did, because we really didn't have a lot of money at the time to invest in anything fancy. So let me know if there's anything else you guys would like to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help. And then check out the links below and see if any of the products are of interest to you. I hope this helps you be more minimal and more environmentally friendly. I no longer have giant things in my storage cabinet, you know, of Costco rolls of toilet paper or paper towels, because I used to have to stock up so much. So much of my space is back. And just knowing that I'm doing good for the environment really does feel great. Thanks, guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.